It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones. If it's farming, gardening, information, or just plain interesting, you can catch it all right here on Down Home in the Tri-States.
Good Sunday morning to you. Glad to have you on Down Home in the Tri-States. I'm Ron Jones here every Sunday morning at 5:30 on WMDB News 13. And folks, we certainly do appreciate you watching this program. Tell all your friends and neighbors and your church congregation, just everybody you come in contact with about our show. And that'll help us all. And be sure to do business with our sponsors that support this program. They're the ones that pay our bill, and they're the ones that are, that's why we're on the air right now, okay? We ain't got nobody to pay the bill. We can't be on the air. So y'all go, even if you got to drive a little bit, go do business with them and tell them you saw their advertisement on our show and how much you like it and everything. If you like it, I'm sure, I hope you do, and we certainly would appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. We're going to show, I got to say this, Bruce Carter in Wausau, I need your mailing address. You won, I think, some bow tie floats, and I've lost your address, so if you can send it to me or call it to me or email me, the information's on the screen there, I need it. Also, let's see, I had another one here. Robert Slay. Excuse me, Robert. Robert, I need your address also. I think you emailed me to enter the contest, which is okay. Y'all can do that too, but you didn't give me an address or anything, so I need that address. I think I might have called you Richard at some point in time when we did give the stuff away, but it's Robert Slay. Send me your address so I can send this. I think you want a snake tandem video. That's a good video too, by the way. Also, let's see where we're at. Then we can back up here now. Oh, we want to say happy birthday to Julie Carroll, sweet 16. TC and Brenda Carroll's daughter from Chipley, Florida, and the grandparents of Melvin and Dottie Sue Carroll. Y'all have met them on the show that before. And Melvin, that's Alto's brother. They live right around here in Happy Valley. And but I want to say happy birthday to Julie Carroll. She turned 16 on June the 18th, and so we hope you have a whole lot more than birthdays, Julie, okay? You keep up the good work, and you mind your mom and dad. I know you're 16 years old, but you still got to mind your mom and dad and everybody, okay? Anyway, glad to have you on our show as a birthday person, okay? All right, Julie Carroll. Y'all tell her we was talking about her. Also, let's see, folks, Doug, I talked to Doug Holmes the other day about Doug's motorized bicycles, and this thing is it's really becoming popular. Okay, the reason for that is that people are in need of transportation to get to work and get back home. Okay, this motorized bicycle gets 100 miles to the gallon on the 2-stroke, up to 150 miles to the gallon on the 4-stroke. Now, one of the problems we've talked about this, that the people that need this thing, that need that transportation, a lot of them can't afford it. You know, that's why they need it. They can't afford to pay for it at one time. So Doug and I were kind of kicking this thing around. He said, I'll tell you what, Ron, he said, why don't you tell your viewers that if they want to set up some kind of payment thing with me, he said they can make some payments on this thing, and then when it's all paid for, they can get on it. He said, I might even put a tank of gas in there. If he don't, I will, you know. And they can drive on off in this thing. And you don't have to have a registration on this thing or a tag, okay? So call old Doug at 215-5212, 215-5212, and talk to him about some payments. You know, whatever you want to pay. Now, but when you get it paid for, it's yours. You can drive off without a worry in the world about paying for that thing because it's paid for. Okay, give Doug a call, folks. If y'all need that thing, I tell you what, I know it's hard times. It's a tough time. So y'all give old Doug a call. Set up some payments on that thing. 215-5212. I want to remind you about the Partners for Pets 4th Annual Spaghetti Dinner. That's Friday, June the 28th, 4 to 8 p.m. 2901 Caledonia Street, Marianna, Florida. It's right behind the post office. Me and my bride's going to be there. Come on up and eat some spaghetti with us. It's a donation of $5 a plate, and kids under 6 is $2.50. This goes for a very good cause. Partners for Pets is a no-kill shelter there in Marianna, and when the pets get adopted in or get brought in, they keep them until they get adopted out. Okay, they don't kill them. And that's what we like about this. If y'all like that idea, you know, come support this thing, okay? If you're close enough within driving range, and that could be 50 miles, 100 miles, you know, depending on how you want to do this thing. But y'all come Friday, June the 28th, 4 to 8 p.m., 2901 Caledonia Street, Marianna, Florida. That's located behind the post office. It's $5 a plate, and kids under 6, $2.50. If you don't like spaghetti or you can't come, but for some reason or another, if you want to, just send them a donation. You know, it takes a lot to keep these animals up before they get adopted out. So y'all can find them on the website. I believe it's Partners for Pets. But we'll put that up on the screen there. It's probably there right now. So y'all just get a hold of them and give them your support. Do whatever you can for them, because you know we don't like to see animals killed like it. You know, and they can't help it. You know, I mean, they brought into this world by carelessness sometimes. You know, people not spaying and neutering their animals and all, and letting them run free and everything. But the animals, they can't. You know, it ain't their fault. They can't help it. You know, and they're the ones that have to take the punishment. You know. So y'all help them out. Partners for Pets, 4th Annual Spaghetti Dinner, Friday, June 28th. We'll be there. We'll get your name in our drawing. We'll write your name down, and we'll put you in the drawing. And sure glad to have you come by, and we'd like to talk to you. We'll show you this thing. Talking about a snake. Alto Carroll gave me this picture right here. 9-foot 6-inch rattlesnake, 23 rattlers, 1 button, harvested at Midway, Florida. Said it may be a state record, not sure. It's a good state record. It's a good dead fish, I tell you. I mean, the snake, any rattlesnake, any dead rattlesnake's a good snake as far as I'm concerned. Well, Glenn Smith and his daughter Miranda, they were on. I had some pictures on, I believe, last week, week before last. Some fish they caught. Glenn sent me some more pictures. Well, look at this nice string of fish that him and his daughter caught. Said he caught several bass. It was over 5 pounds. Had to throw them back though because they were in a private pond, and the owners want them big ones to go back in. I fished in a pond up in Muscle Shoals one time with Jimmy Seals. He was the lead guitar for the Shenandoah country band, Shenandoah, and we did some programs up there with him several years ago. And the owner of that pond said, I think Jimmy asked him, said, "You want us to throw the big ones back?" He said, "Big what?" He said, "Big bass." He said, "Every bass you catch," he said, "I want him on that hill over there. You throw him up on the hill." He said, "I'm trying to raise catfish in this pond." He said, "Whatever bass you want, you throw them on that hill. As far as you can throw them up there." So, well, a lot of people like to keep their bass. So, anyway, that's nice fish there, Glenn. Certainly appreciate that. I want to tell you now about earringsallure.com. That's EARRINGSALLURE.com, earringsallure.com. Tommy Sauls, you can catch him on Facebook at facebook.com/Tommy E. Sauls. He sent me some. I'm going to show you something. This is the hottest. People are talking about this stuff. He sent me some new baits he's got now. Brand new baits. Look at flash baits. And the fish, look at the fish he caught on these things. Boy, these things, I'll tell you what, people are talking about these everywhere. And they're walking off with these things because they know what they'll do. Once they try it, they go back and get them some more. This is the hottest bait since soft bait was invented. I'm telling you, these things look just like so real when they're in the water. Y'all go to the website, earringsallure.com, earringsallure.com, and facebook.com/Tommy E. Sauls. Take a look at that. Look at some of the jewelry on there. Look, Tommy makes his jewelry out of lures. That's what it's called, earringsallure.com, but he also has the soft baits. But look at some of these. My wife told me, she said, when you get through doing what you're going to do with these things, she said, I want them. And I said, well, I got to do commercials. She said, well, do what you got to do, but when you get through, I want them. So I said, well, I have to get me some more. I said, well, I'm sure. She said, I'm sure Tommy will send you some more, to advertise. So anyway, these are pretty things. They're great for Christmas presents, or just to, if you're in the doghouse with your honey, get her some of these earrings right here. She'll love them. And that's the best way to unlock that door to that doghouse. So tell you what, get her some of these things. So pretty. Go online and look at them. Earringsallure.com. I want to remind you also that Saturday the 29th, June 29th, the Salt Air Farmers Market. That's in Port St. Joe. Old Tommy Sauls is going to be there with all his baits and his earrings and everything. Y'all need to get up there and pick them up, feel of them firsthand, okay? That's at Salt Air Farmers Market in Port St. Joe, Florida. Y'all get down there and see them, or get up there and see them wherever you're at. On the show today, we got a two-parter. We got part one from the Tupelo Honey Festival that my wife and I covered several weeks ago. That's where we met Tommy Sauls, and he's going to be on. He may not be on this week, but we might have him on next week. Also, we're going to do part one bass tournament that they had over at the Gap Pond, a benefit over there, and we're going to be showing that. Alto Carroll was kind enough to go over and get some footage for us. I had to be at the Mason auction, and Alto said, well, shoot, I'll go over and get you some good footage. And so, Alto, I certainly do appreciate that. He took his camera over there and got us some stuff, and did a good job over there. He said, he said, I took my first airboat ride. And he said he really enjoyed that too. So this was for the Ponce de Leon chapter of this organization. So anyway, it's to help troubled youth. That's what the tournament was for. First annual, they're gonna have some more, and we hope to be able to promote that a lot more. So y'all stay with us. We'll be back with our show in just a minute. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you have a good rest of the day, and we're just so proud that we could sit here before you and have you watch us on Down Home in the Tri-States. Tell all your friends and your neighbors, your church congregation, everybody you come in contact with. Tell them about this show, and do business with our sponsors. Tell our sponsors you saw this show, and you saw their commercial on this show, Down Home in the Tri-States with Ron Jones, and that's what keeps us on the air, because as long as they get some good response like that, they know it's working.
This is where you'll find Rhino boats. This is where you'll find Suzuki and Honda outboards. Don't buy a copycat if it doesn't say Rhino boat. You're at the wrong place. We take our boats and outboards seriously. Call or come by Joe's Motor Service, Hartford, Alabama.
What do you expect to accomplish this year? Now, during Kubota's Great Expectations sales event, get a great deal on a Kubota BX Series, the top-selling subcompact tractor of the decade. With Kubota, expect versatility, expect performance-matched implements, expect value. Raise your expectations with the Kubota BX70 Series. Now for 0 down and 0% financing for up to 60 months.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Sowell Tractor today.
Wow, this snow sure is gritty and salty. No, silly, this is sand, not snow. So that's why it's so hot. Yeah, but thank goodness our daddy owns A-Plus Air Conditioning. He keeps our home as cold as Alaska. Cool. Hey, I'll race you home.
For the most professional, most reliable, and most preferred air conditioning service in the area, call A-Plus Air Conditioning, 850-230-3009.
Okay, bet you I can win.
Lake Alice Park. That's in Weehawken, Florida. When I was coming up as a kid, not as a kid, when I was in my teens and all, I started in TV, and I used to run camera at the wrestling matches there in Columbus, Georgia. And I always remember they'd introduce this wrestler. They'd say, Mario Galinto. He hails from Weehawken, Florida. And I thought, what in the world are they trying to say? Weehawken. Where in the world is that? Didn't know that where it was until later on in life. I found out where Weehawken is. That's where we are today. Y'all stay with us. It's Down Home in the Tri-States. Hey, let's go get some honey, honey.
Okay.
James Harville. James, you got Miss Scarlet, sure enough, good hot sauce.
Yes.
And you got this in different sizes and flavors, I guess. Well, I guess it's all the same flavor.
We have a 5 and an 8 ounce today, and we have it in extra hot also.
Extra hot also. What is this? Hot or extra hot?
That's the original Cajun hot sauce.
So would that be the extra hot?
No, it's
not the extra hot. I don't know if I want the extra hot or not, but I like Dave's Insanity. So have you ever heard of that?
Yes, I have.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's too hot for me.
They almost put me in the hospital with it one Christmas because I just dipped it and ate it. Anyway, but we're talking about Miss Scarlett's, and this is how long you been doing this?
A little over 10 years now.
A little over 10 years. And I see where you're retired Marine.
Marine Navy.
Marine Navy.
Excuse me, retired Navy.
Retired Navy. Okay, yeah. But It's just kind of like a sideline you do?
No, it all started out with our food concession business. We do state fairs, and we have a big food unit where we serve chicken tenders, chicken on a stick, and hot wings. State fairs. We do fairs like Miami, Orlando, Tampa, West Palm, Oklahoma City, big music festivals in Chattanooga.
You're still traveling?
We do 8 events a year. This is our off time, but I wanted to come out and bring the hot sauce out to the more public to taste it other than just fairs.
I know. What if they go to the fair or somewhere like that? What would they look for?
They would look for my big concession stand, which says Harvell's Raging Cajun.
Harvell's Raging Cajun, and I'll tell you what, I hadn't tried this, but we're gonna try this. Is this what I got right
here? This is the original.
This is the original right here.
It's got a little heat, but a lot of flavor. The flavor is the main thing we want for most of all. If you're a hot sauce eater, it's not going to be bad. If you don't eat hot sauce, it might be a little hot for you.
Well, I'm a hot sauce eater, so I'm on.
But it's a great sauce to cook with. It blends well with most anything you can think of. A little bit goes a long way. And the flavor.
That's good, but you know how I really tell if it's good? Put me a little more in.
Okay. Straight up.
There you go, right there. Okay. That way you can taste it, folks. That's good. I gotta have a cracker. James Harvell. Give me the name of that business again.
Harvell's Cajun Chicken and Foods. And doing business is Harvell's Raging Cajun.
Oh, y'all look for that if you go to any fairs or what was some of the other things you go?
Well, we do the winter events. We do Miami, Orlando, Tampa, and West Palm, and then we head out in June. We do the Chattanooga Riverbend Music Festival, Salem, Virginia, Delaware State Fair, West Virginia State Fair, Chesterfield County Fair in Virginia, Oklahoma City State Fair. We've won the last 3 years in a row for best food.
Well, that was a dumb question, then. Are you retired? You can't be retired doing all that. So. And y'all do ship, is that right?
Yes, we do.
And what if somebody wants to order this? I'll tell you, folks, I recommend it. And they got different. They got the hot stuff. This is the original right here.
Yes.
And they got it a little more hot, you know. But if you want to order some, and I recommend it. If you like hot sauce, you need to get some of this. If you live too far away to go to any of these places, or obviously you can't be here at the festival today, you might want to give them a call. You got a phone number?
Yes, sir. The phone number is on the card there. The phone number is 540-570-4594. Or you can go on email and look for Harvell's Cajun Chicken or James Harvell Sr. And you'll find me on my Facebook. We're working on our webpage. It will be out this year. And we also have it on Miss Scarlett's Show Enough Good.
All right, and they got Miss Scarlett's hot sauce at yahoo.com. Is that your email? Miss Scarlett's hot sauce at yahoo.com.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, y'all stay with us, folks. How many times do you do this in a week just to make it to work and back or to go to the store? Forget about it. Doug Holmes has a solution to your fuel problems. Doug's new modernized motorized bicycles. No tag or registration required. Very economical. Get over 100 miles to the gallon with the 2-stroke and up to 150 miles with the 4-stroke. People who have purchased the motorized bicycles are kicking high gas prices in the butt. What you save in gas, you'll pay for the motorized bicycle. Prices range from $395 to $850 and includes the bicycle, motor, free operating lessons, and more. Doug's motorized bicycles are easy to use. Get yours today and start saving money. Ask about the additional down-home discount. Call Doug right now at 850-215-5212 to inquire. It's fantastic.
You want quality, craftsmanship, the best portable building you can get? You need to come to Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages. It's all built right here on site in Panama City, folks. Y'all come do business with them. State inspected and approved. Stop paying for somebody else's building. At Atlas, you can rent to own. Choose from a big selection or have it built to your need. Top grade 2x4 studs, pressure treated floor joists. Need a strong, well-built garage? We can build them too. At last. Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages you can trust. It's the best product you're going to find when it comes to portable buildings and garages. Come see Dwayne Phillips. Atlas Portable Buildings and Garages on Highway 231 across from Gulf Asphalt.
Main Street Market in Chipley is this area's headquarters for top quality livestock and pet feed. Paul Davidson and Main Street Market carries only the best and most freshest feed you'll find anywhere in the Tri-States area. Cattle feed, dog feed, horse feed, rabbit feed, goat feed, chicken feed. From top quality Seminole, the preferred feed for show animals, to FRM, Tucker, and more. To roll hay and baled hay, Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 90 and 77 in Chipley, Florida has it all. Main Street Market is also your fresh and frozen vegetable and fruit outlet, plus deer cord and pine straw. Main Street Market. Tell them old Ron sent you.
This is Warren Walshnam. He's one of our game commissioners here in Washington County, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the ponds around and how they're so low, and we're hoping one day we get some rain. Go ahead, Warren.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll. Yeah, we're here at Gap Pond today, and as Mr. Carroll was talking about, we're just going to speak briefly about the ponds being low and how it's affecting the fishing and recreating on the waterways. We have a lot of water bodies here in Washington County that are recreational type activity based. And some of the things that are going on with the lack of rain that we've had in the last 10 years, a lot of our ponds are low and our boat ramps are in some needed repairs. The county commissioners are doing a good job of staying on top of that. As Mr. Carroll were talking about before, some of the fish are being stressed and aren't as healthy as what they were. I had a gentleman call me the other day and asked me if one had some parasites in its intestinal tract, and he was asking if it was okay to still eat them. I had called and checked with one of our biologists, and they said that the fish were still good to eat. There was no parasites in the meat or of the fish. It was just in the intestinal tract. Once the water gets low, the fish kind of stress and they're more susceptible to the parasites. But once the water comes back, they're able to shed the parasites and flourish. And even with the parasites, the fish that he caught were still healthy and good fish. So that's something we're looking at and keeping an eye on to make sure that the populations of fish are still in good shape and are here for their fishermen.
Hi, I'm Cedric Clyde, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk a little bit about AMI Kids West Florida. We serve kids that have nowhere else to go and sometimes no one. We are a national recognized nonprofit organization that is committed to serving our community kids and providing services which transforms them into young, responsible adults. Some of these programs and activities are deep sea fishing, diving, canoeing, rappelling, whitewater rafting. We hold a couple of Olympic challenge events which has Olympic type activities involved. Activities that are funded by our board, and we just appreciate all the assistance that they give.
This is Darren Wall with Guff Power out of Chipley, and he's going to tell about the prizes for the tournament today.
We have two 50-quart brute coolers for first place, and then for second place we have two 25-quart brute coolers that are on top. And for third place we have two 70-quart larger coolers, but they're Coleman coolers. And for fourth place we have one smaller 50-quart igloo. And then of course we have a bunch of door prizes, or at least some raffle prizes, different contributions from King's Drugs, some lures and worms, and of course some items from Gulf Power Company, as well as Capital City Bank, which is a co-host of the tournament. And of course we're raising the money for AMI Kids West Florida, located in Ponce de Leon.
Register Meat Company, founded 70 years ago by Sparks Happy Register. And they've been providing that good ham, bacon, and sausage ever since. A tradition in the South for over 70 years. You can also find all of these great products at Register Store in Cottondale, Florida. Just like old Andy always said, it's good.
Have you got water problems? Pump won't pump? Do you need answers and solutions, but you don't want the runaround and you want someone honest? Well, have no fear, folks. Do what I did. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan Dubose will take care of your problem.
Hello, folks. This is Water Dan. I work on submersible pumps, jet pumps, do repairs and upgrades, anything to do with an existing water well. I would appreciate it if you call.
Call the man, Water Dan. He'll take care of your water problems. 850-535-9308. 535-9308. Folks, you know why people from Washington, Jackson, Holmes, Bay County, you know why they call Water Dan? Because Dan Dubose knows what he's doing. Y'all give him a call.
Wow, this snow sure is gritty and salty. No, silly, this is sand, not snow. So that's why it's so hot. Yeah, but thank goodness our daddy owns A+ air conditioning. He keeps our home as cold as Alaska. Cool. Hey, I'll race you home.
For the most professional, most reliable, and most preferred air conditioning service in the area, call A+ Air Conditioning, 850-230-3009.
Okay, bet you I can win.
Saddle in Houston, broke my leg in Santa Fe, lost my wife and a girlfriend somewhere along the way. Well, I'll be looking for it when they pull the gate, and I hope that judge ain't blind. Amarillo by morning, Amarillo is on my mind. Amarillo by morning, up from San Antonio.